tiny little bumps on the skin that cause people so much agony, so much distress. Yes, I'm talking about milia. So many people always ask me, how can I treat milia? They come into my office, they're like, do you see this little white bump? Here I am getting my binoculars out, my derm light, getting the light on it, and I look and it's this tiny little white cyst. They're called milia. And people cannot live with them. We don't like them. They want to get rid of them. So I wanted to dedicate an entire YouTube video just talking about milia, how to treat it, how to remove it. Do you need to come in the office to do it? And who am I? I'm Dr. AziMD Skincare, a board-certified dermatologist, and I'm here to give you educational, unsponsored content because you guys are more than just a pretty face. You want to be educated, you want to be informed, so that you can make the best decisions for your skin when it comes to products and treatment. So if that sounds good, hit the subscribe button, like this video, and let's get into it. So what are milia? Well, they're these tiny, they're like 1 to 2 millimeters. They're white little cysts that come up under the skin. They can come up really anywhere, but they're common on the face, around the eyes, but they can also come up on the body. Believe it or not, we can see them on the labia, on the genitals of women, as well as the scrotum in men. They can come up in scars. They can really come up on the upper shoulders, back, anywhere you have skin. Now, they are not acne. A lot of people confuse them with whiteheads, but they are not the same. They are not inflamed. They are just these really hard white bumps. But they don't come up from a clogged pore. So why do milia form in the first place? Well, they form because the skin gets trapped underneath the skin. Normally, skin cells will shed off the skin, but when milia form from the outer layer of the epidermis, the keratin, the skin cells, start to accumulate in this little sac, and they can't shed off, so it forms this little ball underneath the skin. So what's the best way to remove milia? Well, really, if I'm being truthful and honest, in-office extractions are the best, because these little suckers, they are actually quite hard and they're deeper in the skin than people realize. So if you were trying to kind of squeeze them or, extract them, it's actually harder than you think. The fastest and easiest way to remove them is seeing your dermatologist so they can be extracted. A lot of patients ask, how do I avoid these little milias from coming up in the first place? Well, make sure that you're cleansing your skin really well twice a day. Make sure that you're not using really heavy occlusives and creams or oils. Stay away from things like Vaseline, Aquaphor, even Cicaplast balm for some people can be really heavy. So you want to use lightweight moisturizers as opposed to oils or heavy creams if you are prone to milia. So slugging, when people smear their face in Vaseline, is not a great treatment for you if you are prone to milia. And lastly, you can exfoliate or use products like Retin-A, which helps with removing that dead skin layer and boosting your cellular renewal so you avoid them in the first place. Well, a lot of my patients ask, well, how do you treat milia at home? If you can't get into a dermatologist's office, what can you do? Well, you can take a little cotton ball and soak it in warm water, maybe even put a little baby shampoo in there, and try to scrub at the milia every night for 20 seconds for a couple of weeks. A lot of times that helps sort of dislodge it. You can also use retinoids. You can use Differin or Adapalene over the counter on a nightly basis. You can use prescription tretinoin. What they do is they help with cellular renewal and getting the milia to get off from the deeper layers of the skin. They renew the skin to the surface, and that helps dislodge them. And if that doesn't work, I hate to break it to you, but you may have to come in to see a dermatologist because, like I said, sometimes they're really hard and stuck under the skin, and you don't want to try to do it yourself at home because you may cause scarring and inflammation, and worst case scenario, you may get an infection. So it's always better to go in and have them extracted professionally if these at-home treatments don't work. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. I hope that was helpful. in helping you get rid of these tiny little bumps that cause us so much distress. Remember guys, you are more than just a pretty face. You are educated, you are informed to make the best decisions for you when it comes to treatments and products. You can also share this with a friend because sharing is caring. I'd love to hear from you. Drop me some comments. Let me know what topics you want to hear from me. Until next time, bye guys.